Hello. Oh my gosh, I feel like Selena. Is this giving you guys like Selena vibes? I freaking love this shirt. I think it goes with the topic of today. And also my cuadro right here goes with the topic of today. Shout out to everybody who knows what this is. Mi gente de Mexico, hola, ¿cómo están? I wanted to address some things today. I've been wanting to post on YouTube again, and I really haven't really found what I really wanted to address. And today I just got inspired. I had some stuff happen this morning and I was like, Evelyn, that's it. That is what you're gonna do for your kind of like coming back YouTube video. So here I am. The last time I avidly posted was around 2012. This is around the time that I was enduring some changes like with my life as well, so I didn't really stick to it as much as I wanted to. I truly am passionate with providing information to the world. It's something that I've always been avidly like involved in. I've always worked in education, but I'm not a teacher. You know, I've always kind of had this idea of like, I really find joy in teaching people things, and really, whether it's like sharing like, hey, this restaurant is amazing, these products are good, X, Y, and Z, this is good for your mind, this is good for your body, this is good. Like, I love learning and I love sharing. Like, if I find things that work for me, honey, I will share with the world, because I think that that is a part of my purpose, and it's something that's beautiful, and I love being that kind of person. So going into it, as you guys can tell by the title, this video is going to be about self-love, body image, okay? Huge body image in 2020. Let's talk about it, especially because your girl's being harassed and like attacked lately, like for loving herself. Like, I felt like I had to like defend myself a little bit, but at the same time it was like, if I defend myself, it's got to be educational. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to put some effort, it's got to be tied to my purpose. And my purpose is absolutely to educate. So a big part of this video, which I hope is not too long, is going to be just talking about loving yourself and the importance and how it's changed my life. I may get a little passionate. You may see some tears, because your girl that's just who I am. I'm like a walking novela wherever I go. It was just giving you novela vibes, because I hope it is. I hope you feel like I'm in a novela. Anyway. I actually did my little makeup today, just some little light, little moment. You know, I'm working from home, and I'm grateful, and I'm actually just wrapped, you know, my job today, and I am 100% happy with where I'm at. My gosh, my life from 2012 to 2020 has been a roller coaster, but a fun one. And I don't even like roller coasters, but I feel like if I had to choose, I'd do this roller coaster again, because it put me where I'm at now. Within that, let's get started into the topic. I had some changes in my body. You know, I'm a woman, I'm a Mexican, Latina woman. You know, we got the curves, we got all of this stuff, we got the good food. And I come from a place where genetically, both my mother and I kind of endure this. It's when I'm going through stress, I put on weight. Like, that's just kind of how my body responds to stress, you know. And it's kind of like, oh girl, you're going through something, so I'm going to protect you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe, you know, have you put some pounds, because God knows when you're going to eat. Like, it's kind of like your body kind of puts you in this like survival mode. According to my doctor, oh my gosh, a real doctor told me that I was gaining weight during this time in my life because of my stress. Like, she's like, you're just stressed out, you know, you're going through a lot of things. And at that point in my life, I was putting myself through a divorce. Dun dun dun. Yes, I've been through a divorce. Oh my God, a Mexican woman decided to divorce the man she was married to. Yes, I did that, and I'm so proud. And it was one of the biggest changes in my life that kind of has inspired a lot of my independence and my self-love journey. So keep a mental note of that, because we're going to kind of address that back and forth. Another thing is I put myself through school, so that kind of put me in a weird space, because my main focus was like school and really kind of doing that, and I really wanted to be successful, and I really wanted to finish. And on top of that, it was a full-time like employee at an incredible job that I have, and I was growing in all avenues, you know, including my job, and I was giving all these amazing opportunities. And on top of that, I was also trying to grow myself as a brand, in a sense, and kind of like as my individual. I really was using social media as an avenue for that. You know, I was really posting and taking pictures and writing. I love to write creatively, and I've always kind of had that in the back of my kind of like back of my hobby list. I've always enjoyed it. So it's something that through social media I was able to start doing that. I started to gain a couple followers and people that really liked what I was representing at the time, you know, and this has been a growing thing ever since then. I'm talking about 2018 that I kind of really decided, okay, I'm gonna get a divorce, kind of do all these things, blah, 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 blah. And it kind of all came full circle. As I was growing up, I've always been a curvy body. Just a little insight, I'm 5'8". I'm not saying I'm the tallest girl, but I'm definitely not an itty bitty tiny girl. I've never been a size 0. I've always had curves. My mother is a curvy woman. Some of my aunts are curvy. My dad's side of the family, from his sisters, my tias, curvy, booties, let's go, all of it. Like genetically, I have this body, right? That essentially is a body that throughout the years I've noticed has become more sexualized, even more accepted. People go and get like surgeries to look like some of the women who naturally have this kind of body. So I get it, I understand it. It's never been one thing that I've ever had in the back of my head though. So I will be candid with all of you. I do not have any work done, and if I had work done, I would be in this video advocating for it if I did, but I do not. It's not something that I've ever grew up wanting to have or anything like that. Perhaps I am grateful that maybe I don't have these things that I desperately want to change about myself. Ever since I was a kid, I've always was a little different, kind of quirky, kind of nerdy. I really never grew up thinking like, oh my gosh, I wish I looked a different way. Even if I was insecure, usually my insecurities were linked to other things, and I look back and I'm okay with that, you know. But going into this, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't go through moments where I didn't think I was beautiful. I'd be lying if I said that my divorce and being in certain relationships or certain people in my life have absolutely made me hate myself for a while. So when I realized that a lot of my anxieties, stresses, and all of these things that were changing my body were because of exterior factors, that's when I decided that I needed to change some things. And I got real deep into affirmations, real deep into healing frequencies, real deep into like even learning about meditation, manifestation, spirituality in a sense, and really educating myself in ways to be able to heal myself without medication, without escapes or whatever I was using to sabotage my body at this point. So I wanted to definitely go into detail. You know, I wanted to talk about this video. Honestly, was a funny reason, you know, to be on here. But I'm currently being harassed. Somebody that's linked to my past felt the need to really kind of come for my body and really talk about my body, and because I'm so deep in self-love and so deep in assessment and problem solving and loving other people and loving myself and spreading joy and kindness, like this is genuinely a part of my purpose. Like my purpose I've discovered is to help others and really love themselves for who they are without the need to feel like they have to compare to look like whoever. So because they were kind of like attacking my purpose, it put me in a mental state that I was like, well, what is happening? And really assessing it and really going through it. So I wanted to talk about my body real quick. Growing up, I was about 135 pounds, so 140 pounds in high school. Those who went to high school with me know I've always kind of been curvy, but I definitely was smaller than what I am now. Then I kind of gained a little weight as I was married and kind of going through those changes that are humongous changes and nobody talks to you about. And then I was putting myself through this stressful point in my life. So I currently am 170 pounds. I'm grateful, proud 170 pounds. I really don't have a goal as of now. I just want to be healthy and be at the best version of me, whatever that may be, and whatever that does to my body, I'm going to own it and take it with me. But I, at some point, was 200 pounds, or I want to say even a little over that, you know. And when I was going through that, I never really thought myself as something was wrong with me. I just remember going to the doctor and she had addressed it, we talked about it, and then I was thinking, okay, as I address certain things, I hope that my body does synchronize and really kind of feel better and starts kind of putting itself where it needs to be. And that's absolutely what happened. You know, the second I cut off certain things, certain people obviously, and finished my education and a lot of things that were really putting pressure on me, my body just started to kind of like say, hey girl, like I noticed that you're relaxing and I noticed that you're a little bit less harder on yourself. So with that, I wanted to talk about my just certain comments that I've gotten even on social media. There's a lot of people, especially because I'm very candid on social media and I do not mind sharing my unedited pictures and really showcasing my body, because I feel like it's important. It's important for people to view people who are natural, who haven't gone through modifications and things like that, so that the younger generation or other women or other men who are out here maybe considering something that's not really from their heart feel inspired to say, hey, maybe I should love myself a little harder. So going back into these comments that I've been receiving lately, you know, this particular person who wants to come for me is very, very like, I want to say that that person is very pro body modification, which, hey, by all means, if you are pro body modification, if that makes you happy, if it helps your confidence, I'm all for it. I'm gonna always root for whatever makes people happy. Make the choices that are your choices, that make you joyous, that bring you peace. If it's a new ass, then baby, it's a new ass. You know, you do what you gotta do. I personally just don't have that desire. My desires are different. I like to I have a lot of joy in educating myself. So that is what I choose to modify on a daily. I educate myself with whatever aspects I can to become brighter, better, stronger, but it has nothing to do with my exterior, because I've learned throughout this transcursion that my soul is the most important part. That is what I need to heal. That is what I need to address. That is what I need to make sure that is at its best and it's beautiful, and that is my beauty. Like Mark Anthony said, sexy comes from the soul, and I firmly believe that. You know, going back to it, you know, this person who seems to be very pro body modification comes for me every chance they get, and all of their comments for almost a year now has been linked to my body, has been linked to calling me fat, has been linked to calling me, my titties are saggy according to that person. Like, she would like, he or she, whoever they are, because it's an anonymous page, would like for me to get my breasts lifted. So let's talk about my breasts a little bit. So my boobs have changed and grown as like my hormones have, but these are natural. I'm a 36 triple D, and I'm very proud of my 36 triple Ds. I'm excited to own them. I don't care what people say. I think that this is the body I was given, and I'm gonna love it for what it is. Whether they are to my knee because they're saggy, that's my business and that's my body. I don't see how it affects anybody else's. I have about a 27-inch waist. Yes, I'm sitting down right now, and I feel like, you know, it's one of those things that I'm also very proud of. I'm not the smallest girl. I have an almost 46-inch hip to ass ratio. Yes, I've measured myself to make sure that people out here really know. I'm 5'8", and I'm very, very, very proud of this body that I own genetically. As I mentioned, you know, I don't have any modifications in that sense, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I feel like I represent my heritage, my DNA, my parents, everything. Like, this is what they gave me. This is the body I was given, and I'm destined to live it, and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy. So to go back, you know, and really talk about me being harassed and me being told these things, I really felt like, oh my gosh, if I'm getting harassed and I'm just this like self-love empowerment person on the gram, I can't even imagine the people who are really feeling shitty already about their bodies having to endure people talk about them. Because if me, who I consider myself pretty positive, somebody who you could throw a rock at me and I'll be like, it's cool, you know, like it could start raining right now and be like, oh, it's probably a reason. Like, I've learned to love the why behind things. So as somebody who's a why lover, I can't imagine, you know, if you're not this mentality that I have enduring this. So if you're watching this and you've ever been told something about your body, honey, it's not their body. Their opinion about your body is not valid. The only thing that matters is your opinion about your body, and that should be what you need to work on. If your opinion, when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't really like it, or I'm not happy, then honey, your opinion is what we need to work on. There's so many resources here on YouTube. We live in the world of information. You can literally Google something about how to make myself feel better about myself, and you'll have an abundance of lists, podcasts, music, everything you can think of. You know, I have just this journey of self-love that I'm at this point dedicated to share with the world. Follow me on Instagram. You can see me on there. I'm constantly writing. I have poems. I have all of these things. My highlights, continuously sharing with the world things that they should listen to, things that they should watch, people they should follow, you know, things that they should think, things that they should do, just because I did it. It's like I'm a walking, talking review for self-love. You know what I mean? And I'm very passionate about the things that I love, and I'm doing this video straight in. I never believed in really editing. This is just what you guys are gonna get. I'm sitting here on this couch, you know, with my little attitude and my little passion, with my hoops, with my Selena shirt. But you know what? I am happy. I'm so happy. Like I've told my mother, who I'm also assisting currently with her self-love, because she's an older Mexicana, you know, and she's, you know, comes straight from Mexico and first generation, and really teaching her how to love herself has been my biggest project, you know. And as a daughter, as her only daughter, I feel like I owe that to herself, as somebody who's learned all of these tips and techniques. And I have friends who have sat here with me, who we've had deep conversations about self-love, you know, and really assessing ourselves and really thinking, wow, I didn't know that that's why I did that. Because everything we do as people has a motive, and everything has a why. And it's important that we address that as we go. I don't want to make this video too long, so we're already a couple minutes in. I just want to say that this is a PSA for self-love. This is a PSA to love who you are, your body, your curves, despite what people say. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the owner of your body. You were given this body. It is the soul that we need to make sure that we are, you know, really nurturing and really healing those traumas, those things that have been put upon us that are going to drag us. You get one human experience, you get this one body, you get this one just life to live. Why are we going to spend it shaming somebody else, or really making somebody else feel terrible about themselves? Whether you're into body modifications, whether you're not into it, whether you want to change who you are completely, baby, if it makes you happy, follow through. But don't use that as an excuse to shame somebody else. Because just because you have the money, or you can, or you did, or you made that choice decision, you don't have the right to really point fingers at somebody who just doesn't necessarily need that, or doesn't necessarily want that. At least when it comes to changing their appearances. I think the appearance is really tricky, and it's such a weird thing to really address sometimes, because there's so many people who are so damaged by this, you know. And I just want to sit here as an advocate for it. You know, my name is Eve Preciado. Follow me, come through. You know, I'm always speaking this type of wisdom, this kind of truth. There's a lot of things coming that I have planned on behalf of my purpose, and this is the start of something amazing. And I hope that you guys got something out of this. To the person harassing me, I'm sorry that my body doesn't fit whatever you want or your idea of perfect, but this is my idea of perfect, because I am me and I'm all I've got. And like I've said it again, I'll say it a million times, I'm not better than anyone on this earth, but I definitely don't and have not met and know for a fact that there is no person on this earth that's better than me, because everybody is unique, and we're all full of flaws, and we all have things to work on. So nobody is better than anybody. We're all on separate lanes. Address your lane. Love yourself so much so that what Susie down the street is doing is none of your business, especially her body or who she is. You love yourself so much that you're so worried and consumed about you and how to get better, so that the next person, the next woman that walks into the room doesn't shake you. That's not how it should be. Learn to love yourself so that you are a part of this world the way you should be, full of kindness, peace, and positivity. That's all I gotta say. I wrap with that. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who subscribed and been here, muchas gracias. I am so grateful for so many reasons and so many things. If you like this type of content, let your girl know. I have so much knowledge to share. Follow me on Instagram, @Eve Preciado. Bye.